So there is a door through to parts of the library there, main library through there. To get in, you need to hold your pass up, it'll beep. Same here, the thing you need is there. Hold your pass up, it beeps, and open the door quite quickly or it closes again on you.
So this is the lobby of the library. If you're ever in need of any particular books or advice, Sue the librarian doesn't live in here, but she stays in here, and she is really helpful. She can order in books from other libraries if need be, or help you find something if you can't find it. We also have the main library door there, door through to the Oak Chapel, and where the DL library is. And we have our library check-in computer, which we'll run through in a moment. A really important thing in the lobby is if you're not sure where the beginning initials of a book are and which room they are, we have a map up here which details the different areas of library and tells you whereabouts the books are positioned. So one of the main things you will have to do in the library is to look up books and to check them out. And the way that we do that is with our library system, which is called Heritage Circa. And when you arrive, this will normally be open. If it's not, then there's a little icon in the middle of the desktop, and any login details you might need are there. But generally, it will be on the menu already. So you can either do inquiries or circulation. Circulation is if you're booking out a book or checking it back in or renewing it so that you can have it for longer. The inquiry menu is where you can do searches. So if I open this, we can do an example search. Once you get it up, there's various ways that you can add complex searches. You can search for particular media. You can search by author, keywords, notes. I'm just going to do a really simple search. I'm going to look for a author who I know that I need. And when I look this up, here it is. Here's the book I want. It's currently on loan. There's one copy is in the brackets. So unfortunately, I can't take that book out. But I can see there's other books available. And the code you're looking for to find out where in the library is this little digit code with normally a couple of letters, some numbers, and then the author's letters at the beginning of their surname. So jot down that note on a little bit of handy paper, which is here, and take that into the library and you can search for the book on the shelves.
So if you look on the side of the books, you'll see they all have the code for what subject they are. They have a number and they have the author's first three letters of their names. And some of them have got like a really long number with a point in the middle for kind of bigger sections. So at the end of each shelf, there is a sign which will have like the number range of books in it, the kind of subject field, and then what that code means, and some sort of topics within that subject field. BS is one side, BT is the other. BV is the upstairsy bit. If you do go up these stairs, they've got a bit of a kind of different design to most stairs. You'll find it when you go up there. Some people are a bit less sure on those stairs than others. So if you want to have both your hands free for the handrails, there is a backpack here which lives on this hook, which you can use to put books in as you're going up and down.
A few ground rules for the library. The first is that we love the library and don't want to burn it down. So if you're using a heater in winter, then please don't have them underneath the table. Have it a little bit out, you'll still be warm, it'll be great. When you leave the library, please make sure to turn off your heaters because they cost a fortune to run. You also aren't allowed food or drink in the library, so please have regular study breaks and leave to go and have some food and drink outside. If you are using a book, please do not write or highlight or annotate inside the book. Buy your own books for that. These library books need to be completely plain, and if you do use sticky tabs, take them out before you return them so poor Sue doesn't have to do that. Final rule for the library is it is a quiet space, so if you are in here for any period of time, please keep talking to a minimum and respect the other users of the library.
So when it comes to taking books in and out, first thing to say is please use the hand sanitizer before touching the computer and other library books, etc. You need to use your student card to issue, and you scan that barcode on the scanner. Click issue. You'll open the book up and you will find a barcode. Scan it under there. You just get a note up reminding you about putting it in quarantine when you return. All that means is that just to kind of keep everyone safe and well, books when you return them, just spend 3 days in which no one can take them out to ensure that they are corona free. If you want to return the book, you don't need to have your library card on you. You just click the return icon up here and then you scan the book you want to return. Again, you get the reminder to put it into the kind of return quarantine section, and it will be clearly signposted and indicated where to return books to for kind of the relevant period of time.
If you are a distance learning student and you're in college for a block week and you've arranged to collect books, or you want to go to the part-time section, through this mirrored door on the way to the Oak Chapel is where your books are kept. There's a couple of shelves, there's one this side, one there. If you're a full-time student, you probably won't have to use these, but if you're a DL, you'll be using these ones lots. Just as an aside, that's the Oak Chapel, it's another worship space we have in college.
Once you come through the mirrored door, if you want to get to the lower library, then you come down these spirally stairs. You then reach this section, which is where all the journals are kept. And if you go through this door here, you will reach the lower library. You'll notice the lights aren't on just because it's used less often. It's asked that you turn the lights on and off as you go in and out, but please don't, leave someone in the dark.
If you're new to theological study or to the library, a really helpful tip is to use reference books and the big dictionaries. Reference books simply mean that they can't be taken out of the library, so you can't check these out. They have a little reference sticker on there, but you can use them while you're in the library. Bible dictionaries and other theological and academic dictionaries and encyclopedias cover loads of different topics. So if you're doing an essay on something, often they can be a really great place to start, to just get a bit of a lay of the land, see what the main people are talking about in your subject area, and know what other sources to go in search of. So these are all in the lower library where there's a bit more room because lots of them are pretty big. Can be a really helpful place to start if you're unsure where to begin with an essay.
So something else kept in the lower library is pamphlets. So you may see that you get a code come up when you search for a book, which is BV and then a number you'd expect to find in the upstairs library. If the computer tells you it's a pamphlet, it will be kept down here, and then it is catalogued by code, so whether it's BT, BV or another code, and by number, and then you will see if you pull one of these out, lots of booklets which are again very useful kind of starting points or additional information for essays.
There are various printers around college, usually they're near the study areas, but we also have a much bigger photocopier which can be helpful for scanning books. You can use this by simply turning it on here and then following the instructions. Please make sure to sanitize your hands before you do. And on here you can either copy and print, or you can scan and send it to yourself by just tapping your email into here. This is actually free of use for the first 10 copies in a day. If you're going to be using more copies than that, then go and see reception and you can arrange to pay for the extra. The other thing you might want to know about is that online there are some journals websites called EBSCO and JSTOR, and journals are a great place to go if you're looking for shorter articles about your subject, and you can search for a particular subject and get sort of essays on that topic. You can access that through the Common Awards Hub, which you can access through Moodle. So if you go onto Moodle, scroll down on the left-hand side, there's a link to CA Hub. We really hope that's been a helpful tour. The library's open Monday to Friday and Sue the librarian is in 9 till 5. So if you have more questions, don't hesitate to ask Sue or a student who's been here a bit longer, and people will be happy to help you out.